Hey everybody, welcome back to 2 Acres Evolving. Today I was actually outside working on a project and it started to rain, so I thought that this would be a perfect time to come inside. I'm in my plant room right now and start some more seeds. I have a couple of different varieties of tomatoes, and I have some jalapeno seeds as well that I want to start. I'm a little late. I should probably have started these maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, but it's better late than never, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and get these started and talk to you a little bit about these 3 varieties that I'm growing. So the first 2 that I'm going to start are the tomato seeds. I have a beefsteak tomato seed and a Roma tomato seed. Now the Roma seeds are determinate and the beefsteak seeds are indeterminate. So the difference between those is determinate means that they will kind of bush out and they won't get as large. So these would be good. You can definitely plant these in a regular garden, or these will also be good like in a container on a patio garden as well. And another thing about determinate tomatoes is they push all of their fruit all out at once. So that means that if you're like canning or anything like that, and you want to get all of your fruit at once and harvest it all to go in and can it, this would be a good variety to do that with. Now the beefsteak tomatoes are indeterminate, which means basically the total opposite. These will get very large, so I will definitely need some tomato cages or at least some stakes to hold it up. And then this one will produce fruit all season long. It won't push all of its fruit out at once. So this one is best to have like in a regular garden setting or in a raised bed or something like that. And then the other ones that I'm planting are this hot jalapeno. They all need to be planted about a 1/4 inch deep into the soil, and they all have about the same germination. So it's like about 7 to 12 days. So all 3 of these will be good to plant together in the same seed starting tray. So this is a 72 count tray, so I'm not going to be filling this up. I'm just going to be doing half of it, so it'll be 36. I'm going to be doing 2 rows of each of the tomatoes and then 2 rows of the jalapenos. Now, one thing that I did not do in my previous seed starting video that I should have done is water my seed starting mix before I put it in. I still had really good success with all of my plants, but I think I will have better luck if I go in and water the seed starting mix before I even put it in the tray. So that's what I'm going to do. I have this plastic container here, and I'm going to pour all this in it and then add the water and mix it all up, and then I can add it into my seed starting tray. And of course, this is the largest bowl I could find at the moment, so I may have to do 2 bowls of this. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So I think I'm going to move you a little bit closer as I'm filling this up and planting the seeds. Okay, so like I said, I'm only going to do half of it, so I guess I'll do this side over here. This round. Now you don't want your seed starting mix to be extremely wet, so what I do is I just go in and grab a handful and then squeeze the excess out. And then go in and add it in there. I cannot believe that I forgot to do this on the last one, but that's all right. They still did pretty good. So right now I'm just making sure that the mix is going all the way down to the bottom. All right, so I'm having to add a little bit more here, but this should be enough right here. Okay, so now I've got all the cells filled, and now I'm going to start planting the seeds. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this old pen that don't even work anymore and just poke the holes down in the center, and they need to go down about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm not doing anything crazy, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Okay, so I've got all the holes put in, so now I'm going to start planting the seeds. I'm going to start with the beefsteak tomato seeds. All right, and I'm going to do 2 rows of each. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant 2 to 3 seeds per cell. And putting multiple seeds in each cell will give you a better chance of a plant coming up in that specific cell. And you may even have 2 to 3 plants come up in a specific cell. And what you can do if that happens is you can either cut one of them back and then just let the other one grow in, or you can go in and carefully separate them and plant the extra one in a cell where nothing came up. In my last seed starting video, I went in and cut them back. However, this time when they start growing in, if I get multiples, which I more than likely will, I will take it out, and if I don't have an empty cell to put it in, then I can add some over on this side over here. Okay, so I've got 2 to 3 seeds in each of these cells in these 2 rows, so now I'm just gonna cover them up. Okay, so those 2 rows are done. Let me go grab some plant tags so I don't forget what's in each row. There, now I'll know that those 2 rows are for the beefsteak tomatoes. Now the next one I'm going to do is the Roma tomatoes. Alright, and then the last one is this hot jalapeno. Alright, so I have them all planted now. So now the soil is wet. However, I am going to lightly water them since I've got everything planted now. But since the mix is already wet, I'm not going to water it very much. So I'm just going to put it on mist. Lightly mist over the top. And then I'm going to put the dome over the top of it. Now the dome worked really well on the last seeds that I started, and when the seeds germinated, I took the dome off. So I'll do the same thing on this one. I'll keep the dome on it until I can see the seeds start sprouting up, and then once I see all of them sprouting up, or most of them sprouting up, then I will take the dome off. So now I'm just going to basically set this under a grow light and wait for them to sprout up. So I'm going to go ahead and move this, and then I'll bring in some of the plants that I started in the last seed starting video and kind of give you an update on those. And then I have another tray of seeds that I started a few weeks ago, and I'll show you those as well. Okay, so these are the seeds that I started in my last seed starting video. I have the cucumber here, and as you can see, I already have a cucumber that has formed on there, and it looks like I have a little one right here. So I am very happy with how this one is doing, especially considering that these have been inside under a light for quite a while. I just recently moved these out. The zinnia is struggling a little bit, but I now have this outside full time, so it should rebound pretty good. I have the broccoli, the Destiny Hybrid broccoli, and the, oh, I thought I grabbed a cabbage. Let me go grab a cabbage, I'll be right back. Okay, here's the cabbage. As you can see, they're still pretty small. I think it's because they've been inside most of the time, but they're all outside full time now, so they should really take off. The broccoli and the cabbage, I really need to get with it on my garden because I'm running out of time to get these planted. I'm hoping it's not too late. I think I'm right at the borderline, so I really need to get started on my garden. But they're doing good. And then I have a foxglove back here. It's one of the mixed ones. It's doing really good. And the hollyhock is doing awesome as well. So they're all doing really good except the zinnia. The zinnia is struggling a little bit, but now that I have it outside full time, I'm thinking that that one will rebound and start taking off as well. So now let me show you the other seeds that I started a few weeks ago. Okay, so here's the seeds that I started a few weeks ago. I didn't do this one on camera. I just came out and planted them up real quick. Over here on this side, I have some organic carrots. In the next two rows, I have a hot pepper. Now, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but peperoncini, Greek hot pepper, organic. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but I did my best. In the next two, the larger plants, I have Sweet Success hybrid cucumbers. And then the next ones are more carrots. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one either, but Scarlet Mantis, maybe? I'm not 100% sure on that one either. And then the last row, I just did one row of this, is arugula. And I've just had these inside under a light for the past few weeks. The cucumbers, I'm about ready to transplant. I really need to get these cucumbers planted up because I used these pellets. This is the first time I've used these, and you're supposed to be able to just put the pellets down in the ground or in a pot or something and they'll take off. But I can see roots down here. Oh wow, yep. I've got quite a few roots. I will probably get these potted up tonight because these are really rooting out. But while I have them here, let me go ahead and water them real quick. If you haven't ever seen these pellets before, so far all the plants have done really good in them. I'm kind of anxious to see what they do whenever I plant them up. But they started out as maybe 1 inch tall and they're really hard. And all you do is you fill the tray up with water and they absorb all the water and grow. And then you can poke holes down in them and plant your seeds. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.